Hello students, welcome to CBSE NCERT Solution. I am Ms. Gopika, your own biology master teacher. So today we are going to do the chapter body fluids and circulation. Let me just wait for... Yes, awesome. We are audible. Yes. Today we are going to do the chapter body fluids and circulation. Yes, since we are audible and visible perfectly. Yes, we are visible. Awesome. Okay. So hi students, welcome back to this channel. I hope all of you have subscribed to the channel as well as also marked your attendance in the previous lectures as well, because the previous lectures also were amazing lectures which will help you understand all the NCERT solutions. So today we are going to do one of the, I think many students find it very difficult, right? This chapter, ma'am, body fluids and circulation, ma'am, I cannot understand. So today I'm going to decode that chapter for you. So let's start directly into the first question. The first question asks, name the components of the formed elements in the blood. Okay, 1 second. Yes, name the components of formed elements in the blood and mention one major functions of each of them. So now students, all of you know there is plasma, right? There is plasma and there is blood corpuscles, or we tell formed elements, right? Blood corpuscles or formed elements. Now the question is, which are the formed elements and what are their functions? Okay, which are the formed elements and what are their functions? I hope it is visible, right? Awesome. So this is the question. So ready? I think I'll just lower my, now I think it should be fine to write. 1 second students, let me also check my adjustment, because I cannot see how I look here. I have to check on the screen. Okay, I have to check in my phone. Yes, I think voice is also fine. Yes, chalo. Okay, so here plasma or blood corpuscles, what are they? So students, all of you know it's very simple. Okay, the question is little different. It is erythrocytes or your RBCs. Okay, RBCs, don't write RCB. Okay, you have leukocytes or WBC, and then we have thrombocytes or platelets. These are your formed elements. This is the first part of the question, that is asking you to tell what are the formed elements. Second part of the question is, can you give a simple function for each of them? Okay, now students, erythrocyte or your RBC, as you know, your red blood cells are major helpful for transport of gases. Yes or no? Their main job is to do transport of gases, right? Are you all following me? Awesome. So transport of gases is their main function, be it oxygen, be it carbon dioxide. Hemoglobin is the one who is going to carry all of these people till the destination, right? Even if it is from, now breathing and exchange, all of you studied, no, from the atmosphere till the tissues, the transport is done by your blood. So the main job of your erythrocyte is transport of blood, right? Got it? Yes. Okay. Now this is RBC. Now RBC is graveyard, right? Where does it go? What is the lifespan of this graveyard of RBC? Is your spleen. Okay, graveyard of your RBC is your spleen. It is formed in the bone marrow. Majority of them are formed in the bone marrow, and there is a protein called as erythropoietin protein which will be used for this. Okay, which you study actually in excretion. Okay, excretion, erythropoietin. So they are formed in the bone marrow and they go and die after 120 days. Okay, their lifespan is around 120 days. After 120 days, they will go and die in the spleen. So spleen will be called the graveyard of RBC. So that is done. Next is leukocytes or WBCs. WBC's main job is to do the immunity of a body, or the defense mechanism is done by your WBC. And students understand, they are white in color, not red in color like RBC. Remember, RBC has a pigment called as hemoglobin. This pigment is the reason why they are red in color, which WBC does not have. So WBC is white in color. Got it? Okay, WBC is white in color. So defense mechanism is done by your WBC. And understand, WBC has two other types. Okay, two types are there, called as granulocyte. Okay, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Okay, following me? Yes, following. Okay, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Okay, now under your granulocytes, okay, under your granulocytes, if I write further, you can see, right? Okay, you have three people. Who are they? Neutrophil, basophils, eosinophils. Under A granulocytes, you have two people, monocyte and your lymphocyte. So these people are basically, now neutrophil is phagocytic in nature, basophil is with your defense mechanism or giving that immune response, right? Inflammatory response is given by your basophils. Eosinophil is with the allergic reactions. Then you have monocyte again, who is phagocytic in nature. Then you have lymphocytes, which forms your T cells and B cells, which are basically for your entire cell mediated immunity. So this is the whole function. So if you see everyone's function, their main job is to fight against the foreign particle. So I would simply say WBCs are a part of the defense mechanism. I hope it is clear. Chalo, okay. 1 second, students. I hope Diksha Ma'am's class is over, or is it happening? Okay. Yes, I want all of you to mark your attendance. I can see that none of you have marked your attendance. Quickly smash that like button and mark your attendance, okay? Mark your attendance. Now, students, next is thrombocytes or your platelets. Now, platelets, whenever we talk about platelets, what is the thing that we remember? We remember clotting. Yes or no? We remember the word clotting. That is, some clotting is happening. That is, imagine, now let's say Ram is a person who went and fell while playing football. He went and fell down, okay? When he fell, he had a wound, or he has a wound, okay? Now that wound will definitely start bleeding. Yes, ma'am, it will start bleeding. Now once it starts bleeding, students, immediate response from our body should be how we can stop the bleeding so that the blood loss can be controlled, right? For that to happen, we need thrombocytes, or we need platelets who will do the job of clotting. Is this clear to all of you? Yes, okay. So this thrombocytes or platelets promote clotting, okay? Promote clotting. That main job is done by your platelets. Okay, clotting is done by your platelets. It's also because 2-3 factors are released by platelets. 2 factors exactly are released by platelets. Now, if you know coagulation or clotting, you know each step of it, right? Those steps in that platelets are involved, or platelets help in promoting that step. So, platelets' main job is clotting. So, I hope question 1 was clear. Yes, very good. Some of you have marked your attendance. Awesome, awesome. Okay, next question. Let's go to the next question. So, first question is done. Now, what is the importance of plasma protein? Okay, what is the importance of plasma proteins in our body, or generally what is plasma proteins? Students, plasma proteins, okay. Now, plasma has around 90 to 92% of water. Okay, 90 to 92% water. It is basically colorless. This is the few things that you should know about plasma. Colorless. Now, they have some amount of very, very important proteins in that. The question is about the proteins. Okay, question is about the proteins. Now, we have to write what is, if I take it this side, I don't know if I'll be able to write. Okay, we have to write which are those proteins. So, the first protein I'm going to talk about is fibrinogen. Fibrinogen. Yes. Next is globulin. Third one is, okay, I have to wear the glasses, students. Okay, third one is albumin. So there are mainly 3, okay, 3 proteins that are there: fibrinogen, globulin, and albumin. Now they are asking what is the importance of these plasma protein. That is, are they doing something or they're not doing something, right? So let's go one by one. Okay, let's go one by one. Shall I write it with blue? Okay, look here, students. The first job, okay, is going to be, let's take fibrinogen, which we took first. Okay, fibrinogen. Students, fibrinogen's main job is for clotting. All of you remember, fibrinogen gets converted to fibrin. That fibrin is the one that helps in the formation of that mesh-like structure, right? It helps in clotting. So, fibrinogen is the main person who is going to help in clotting. Got it? Fibrinogen. The next one is albumin. Okay, albumin. Now, students, albumin, for you to understand albumin, all of you should also understand the term that we learned in excretion chapter. Okay, the term was called as BCOP. BCOP. This full form is blood colloidal osmotic pressure. Blood colloidal osmotic pressure. This is the meaning of it. What is this, ma'am? Simple thing, okay? GF, that is your glomerular filtrate, is coming through the glomerulus. Some fellow will be like, wait, you are not allowed to go. I will not let the water molecule to go. Who is that? That is going to be albumin. That is, albumin is a protein that will make sure to balance the osmotic pressure in the blood. okay, in the blood and in the body. It will help in the maintaining the osmotic pressure. Now how do they do that? Especially when you talk about excretion, okay, when GF is coming, that is your glomerular filtrate is coming, okay, this albumin will be like, hey, I will not let you go, okay, I'll not let any water molecules to go, you cannot go. Then they'll be like, why you not allowed? That is because they know that there is enough water molecules. So albumin will make sure to give that negative pressure. Okay, students, always remember, if something has to happen, right, something has to happen, there should be a positive pressure and a negative pressure. The negative pressure will be given by your BCOP, okay, that is your blood colloidal, that is albumin will give the pressure. At the same time, positive pressure will be given by GHP, okay, that is your glomerular hydrostatic pressure. Now, if you don't understand this also, don't take tension. Just understand that albumin will be mainly helping to maintain the blood osmotic pressure. Okay, always remember there should be a negative pressure and a positive pressure. Otherwise, the blood osmotic pressure or anything's osmotic pressure will not be maintained. Okay, you cannot always be happy. You know, there should be bad moments. There should be good moments. Then only you will know the value of that moment. Yes or no? Now, imagine, say for boys, okay, you wanted to buy PS5 at a very young age, but then your parents could not afford it, or your parents told no, it's not necessary, you know, but at the age of 20, 24, you bought it from your own money. You will feel a lot of happiness, no? So that is the negative pressure, that your parents did not buy. That was a negative period. Now it's a positive period. Why so much happiness came? Because of that negative moment. Same way in our body also, everything there is a positive and a negative. You cannot think that, okay, it's our body, everything is positive. All the pressures at which everything is flowing in our body is positive. No, everything has a positive and a negative pressure. Is this clear? Okay, is this clear? Some of you haven't marked your attendance. Quickly mark the attendance, students. Just put that thumbs up, yeah? How difficult it is just to click like that. My God, so much pressure you're feeling, huh? Osmotic pressure, to maintain the osmotic pressure. Done, done. Okay, then the last one, which did I write? Globulin. Okay, globulin. What is this globulin going to do, ma'am? I've never heard about it. You have all heard about it. Remember, immunoglobulin. Immunoglobulin. What is immunoglobulin? Again, something to do with your defense mechanism, right? All of you remember IgG, IgA, IgM, IgE, IgD, all these people who are immunoglobulins, who are doing one job. Now, example, colostrum, the mother's first milk, you know, the breast milk will have IgA, rich in IgA, to make sure that the baby is protected. So that is immunoglobulin, defense mechanism. I know that the baby does not have anything, so the mother's milk, the first milk, will actually protect the baby, no? So immunoglobulin means globulin's main job is to do defense mechanism. Okay, globulin's main job is to do defense mechanism. So now we know which are the plasma proteins, and now we also know the function of these plasma proteins. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am, we know the function of these plasma proteins as well. Okay, so 3 plasma protein, students: fibrinogen, albumin and globulin. Fibrinogen for clotting, albumin for maintaining the blood colloid osmotic pressure, and globulin who is going to do the defense mechanism. Done? Yes? Okay, very good. Okay, let's move to the next question. Ready or not? Okay, next question. Oh, match the following. Oh, students, the match the following has gone in every order, but let's just hope all of them are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 are there. Okay, let's do it. So eosinophils are there, RBC is there, AB group is there, platelets are there, heart is there. I don't know from where it came. I think contraction of heart. Okay, universal recipient. So it's gone, that's it, because it's a PPT. Okay, but let's try doing it. Okay, systole is there. So students, what is the difference here is universal recipient. Okay, and contraction of the heart. So these 2 people have gone this side. Okay, they're like, I don't want to stay with you, I'll go to the other side. So yes, this is the one. Let's try to do it. Okay, eosinophils. Resist infection is there. Okay, RBC, gas transport is there. So I'll go with the first one. Okay, gas transport. So I'm writing it here. B is option number 5. Okay, B is option number 5. Eosinophils resist infection. Okay, obviously their main job is to act on the allergy. So yes, they do resist infection. So that is A3. Okay, now AB blood group is going to be a universal recipient. That means he or she who has an AB blood group can take blood from anyone, be it A, From A they can take, from B they can take, from O they can take. Then more than this, what do they want? Okay, they can take from all of them. So they are universal recipient, right? Now donor is who? O can give it to everyone. Okay, this fellow can take it from everyone. O can give it to everyone. Clear? Chalo. Now universal recipient. Platelets are going to be coagulation, obviously coagulation. So C is 2. Okay, C is 2 and D is 1. D is 1 and students, then we have systole, obviously contraction of the heart. Okay, contraction of the heart. So if you haven't learned the chapter, then you're doing this without learning the chapter, then it's going to be little difficult for you to understand. Okay, what is ma'am telling? Is she telling what we studied or not? But if you know the chapter, then you know all this is very baby questions, right? If you don't know the chapter, students, every question is going to be difficult. Okay, no matter what, every question is going to be difficult. Okay, done? Yes, done. Okay, chalo. Let's go to the next question. Okay. Why do we consider blood as a connective tissue? Okay, why do we consider blood as a connective tissue is the question. Why do we consider? It's a good question, no? Students, very simple. In our body, no? Let me give you just a gist of it. In our body, there is one fellow to do the protection, one tissue to do the protection. So I will call it the epithelial tissue. Okay, epithelial tissue. Then there is one person to do connection. Okay, one person to do connection. Then there is one person to do let's say movement and locomotion. That is for any movement. Okay, movement and locomotion. Then there is one person to do all the signaling. Okay, signal or transmission of the signal. Let's say transmission of the signal. Now in this, blood comes as a connective tissue. Okay, connective tissue. Why is blood a connective tissue is the question. So first ever thing is, the main job for connective tissue is to do connection. Is blood actually doing that? Yes, definitely blood is doing. Let's say the main job of transporting gases, who is doing? Blood is doing. Yes or no? The main job of purification, let's say I have to take the deoxygenated blood to the heart. Who is doing? Blood is doing, right? If I have to take the blood to the kidney for purification, who is doing? Blood is doing. So blood is doing all the jobs of removing the waste materials as well, right? Removes waste materials or waste products. At the same time, if you look at the endocrine does not have ducts, so it will release its secretions into the blood. Now the blood will carry it all the way up to the target organ. Now who is doing that also? Transport also, your transport of not just gases, transport of many other things is done by whom? Blood itself. Is this clear? Yes? Okay. Okay. So these things, okay, and they also helps in circulating everything freely. Do they charge something? Do they use lot of ATP? No, they do not. Circulating freely, and transport of gases, hormones, okay, and many nutrients, minerals, vitamins, everything is transported by this blood. So blood is actually doing the job of connecting two things, connecting many things in our body, keeping everything linked together. Now when you learn double circulation also, you will understand that, okay, wait a minute, blood actually plays an important role in making sure that everything goes in the circle properly. Yes or no, students? Okay? Yes. Okay. Clear, ma'am? Yes? Okay. So clear? Now, next question. So this is the main reason, okay, why blood is why do we consider blood as a connective tissue? Because it helps in connecting with so many things by helping in transport of gases, hormones, helping in removal of the waste materials, be it purification of deoxygenated blood, be it formation of the urine. Everything, blood is very important. At the same time, they circulate freely, and it also a part of a fluid connective tissue. So since it's a part of a fluid connective tissue, how will I not call it connective tissue, right? So it's a connective tissue as well. Yes, clear? Yes. Okay, moving on to the next one. What is the difference between lymph and blood? Okay, what is the difference between lymph and blood? Now understand, students, both of them, be it lymph and blood, both of them come under fluid connective tissue. Both of them, okay, lymph and blood, both of them come into this. But what is the major difference? Blood lymph. Okay, this is purely colorless. Okay, this is colorless, this is red in color. Red in color. Now let's see the difference. See, lymph is a colorless fluid. Wait, where's the cursor? Yes, lymph is a colorless fluid and the blood is a reddish colored fluid. This is the first ever difference. Simple, no? You look something, you find out the color. You're like, okay, this is blue in color, this is yellow in color. That's all simple. First, it's totally about the color. Lymph is a part of the lymphatic system. Yes, he's a part of, let's say, Akbar's empire, and this fellow is a part of some other empire. Okay, let's say Shesha's empire. So two empires are there. So same way, lymphatic is belonging to the lymphatic system and blood is going to belong to the circulatory system. Okay, it is a part of the circulatory system because circulatory system has only three things. Okay, circulatory system has only three things. What is that? Heart, blood, and blood vessels. These are the three things that constitute here. Same thing goes here. Lymph, lymph nodes. Okay, lymphatic system. Okay, so these are the parts of lymph. Same way, these are the parts of the circulatory system. Now, next point. Helps in the body's defense as it is a part of the immune system. This is very, very important. Your lymph is a part of immune system. This fellow is mainly who? Blood is a main part of your transport system. So associated with circulation of oxygen and carbon dioxide substances like hormones and waste products. We just saw, no, why blood is a connective tissue. Same point you can write here. Okay, same point you can write here. That is, this blood is mainly for the transport of gases, transport of waste materials, transport of hormones. That is the main job that blood is going to do. But lymph is, on the other side, is mainly going to do the help of immune system. Okay, immune system. Now this one contains plasma and a lesser number of WBCs and platelets. Okay, very important. Also, they have less or smaller protein molecules as well. They have very okay, they have less protein. No, this has lesser number of WBCs and platelets. Here they contain plasma, WBC and everything. Your blood corpuscles plus plasma. This contain plasma with actually very lesser number of WBCs and platelets and other particles as well. Okay, larger proteins as well. Yes, clear? Okay. Now, carries a low amount of oxygen, carries a large amount of oxygen. So, these people are not doing it because they want to transport it. They're using it for other purposes, but they do carry a low amount of oxygen. This who? Blood. Blood's main job is to carry large amount of oxygen. Okay? Blood's main job is to carry large amount of oxygen. That is the main job, no? Do your job, right? So, this is the major difference between lymph and blood. Is it clear? Clear? Yes, ma'am. Clear. Okay. Next question. What is meant by double circulation? All my students will be like, ma'am, no. Double circulation is too difficult, no? But look here. What is meant by double circulation and what is its significance? Okay. This looks like an ECG now. What is its significance? Okay. Double circulation is a process during which the blood passes twice. Obviously, double means twice. That is, blood is passing twice in our body. Okay, twice in our heart. Through the heart during one complete cycle. Okay, double circulation is a process during which blood passes twice through the heart during one complete cycle. The movement of blood in an organism is divided into two parts. Okay, systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. These are the two types of circulations which are there in the body. Now students, you can use my notes itself to study this. Okay, this is the notes. I just have a doubt if I am covering the notes. Okay, 1 second, give me 1 minute. Okay, not bad. This side you can see clearly, right? This portion I want you to see properly. Now, just listen to me for another 2-3 minutes. You will be able to understand double circulation like never before. This diagram is the most simplified diagram. Entire heart I am going to teach you. Look here, all of you. Very simple. What is going to happen? Deoxygenated blood is going to enter my heart. From there, the blood is going to go for purification to my lungs. Lungs is going to add the oxygen and pass the oxygenated blood back to my heart. Heart is doing what, students? Very simple. See, I'm such a big person, right? Let's say all of us are such a big person, not just me. Everyone is a complex organism and we are all big, like we have height, weight, everything. Now if something has to be pumped against the gravity till my head, if the blood has to be pumped, with imagine a pumping organ did not exist, like a motor wasn't there in the tank, how will the water be pumped from the tank which is down to the tank on the top? Obviously pumping will not happen, because there is no one, like there's lack of some substance that will give the pressure. Same way in our body also, heart's main job is to pump the blood. It has to pump against the gravity, and it also has to pump the blood to all the parts of the body, which is not an easy task, because we are big complex humans, right? Every cell of our body, every tissue of our body needs blood to function properly. Now look here, what is the structure talking about? Deoxygenated blood, right? From where is it coming? From our tissues. After our tissues does all the job, they consume all the oxygen, then they're going to give us deoxygenated blood, which is rich in carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide has to go out, which you learn in breathing and exchange. Now student, that deoxygenated blood will come into the right atrium with the help of vena cavas. It will be, sorry, okay, so sorry. Yeah, the climate is pretty bad here, so that's why sneezing is also there. Yeah, so students, what is going to happen? The vena cavas are going to bring the blood from the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Two vena cavas are, okay, one who is going to bring the blood from the top, okay, and one who is going to bring the blood from the bottom. So this two blood will come and fall into the right atrium, right? Four chambers heart, no? Now from the right atrium, it's going to go into the right ventricle. Okay, ma'am, understood. Now between the right auricle and the right ventricle, there is a valve to make sure that there is no backflow of blood, and to make sure that the blood does not randomly go up and down, no? To make sure that there is a proper closing and opening, there is a valve called as the AV valve or the tricuspid valve. That is atrioventricular valve or the tricuspid valve, because they are present in between the atria and ventricles. Yes or no? So it is called as atrioventricular valve or tricuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. This is because of how many cusps they have. Okay. Now from the right ventricle, now the blood has to be taken to my lungs. All the deoxygenated blood is now in my right ventricle. Now that blood has to go to the lungs for deoxygenation, right? That will be taken with the help of pulmonary artery. The only artery that carries deoxygenated blood is your pulmonary artery. Are you all clear on this? Okay, pulmonary artery is the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood. Now this pulmonary artery is going to carry the blood, drop it in the lungs. Lungs is going to oxygenate the blood and pass the oxygen. Look at the colors, I've used red color, okay? The lungs, oxygenated blood is going to come to the left auricle. From the left auricle, it is going to open into the left ventricle. Now between the left auricle and the left ventricle also, there is a valve, okay? There is a valve called as the bicuspid valve. Okay, there's a valve called as the bicuspid valve. Okay, this bicuspid valve also is helping for what? To make sure that the auricles and the ventricles, there's no backflow or any problem like that. Now this from the left ventricle, now students, we have got deoxygenated blood. Now the job is to supply this oxygenated blood to all the tissues, because the tissues will be waiting. So that left ventricle is going to pass the blood with the help of aorta, which is the main artery, to all the parts of the body. This is all about it. That is, blood is going 2 times in our heart to complete one cycle. That is why this is called as double circulation. Okay, so very simple. Blood, all the deoxygenated blood from the lower part of the body. I think I haven't left. Okay, I'll show you that also. Okay, so students, here, look here, all the deoxygenated blood, okay, all the deoxygenated blood will come into the right atrium with the help of vena cavas. From right atrium, it will go to the right ventricle, and here there is a valve called as the tricuspid valve or the AV valve. Now from the right ventricle, it will be taken to the lungs. Okay, it will be taken to the lungs for oxygenation with the help of pulmonary artery, the only artery that carries oxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood. Okay, now this lungs will oxygenate the blood and dump it into the left auricle. Okay, that also will be done by pulmonary vein, which is the only vein that will carry oxygenated blood. Students, whenever you have confusion with vein and artery, just look here. We tell, no, we cut the vein. That is, vein is greenish in color. That is, deoxygenated blood flows through this. Okay. Now, from the left atrium, the valve will open in, the blood will go to the left ventricle. Between this also, there is a valve called as the bicuspid valve or the mitral valve. Now from the left ventricle, it has to go to all the parts of the body, right? All the tissues. That will be done with the help of aorta. This is your entire circulation. Is this clear? Okay, if it is clear, put a thumbs up. Okay, yes. Now this is what is double circulation. Now they are talking about what is systemic and pulmonary circulation. Let's see that also. Same thing I have written here. All of you look here. From the tissues, deoxygenated blood, that is with the help of vena cavas, and coronary sinus, students. This is the one that is going to carry the deoxygenated blood from the heart also, because heart is also an organ. It will also use up all the oxygenated blood. That will also give some deoxygenated blood which will go into the right atrium. From the right atrium, it will go to the right ventricle to the lungs, lungs to the left auricle, auricle to the left ventricle. So here you can see wherever I have written the people who are carrying it as well. Now what is pulmonary circulation? What is systemic circulation? Students, from the lungs to the heart, heart to the lungs, this is called as pulmonary circulation. Always remember, the word pulmonary is always associated with the word lungs. Okay, the word hepatic, this is a tip for all of you. Hepatic is always connected with the word liver. Okay, and the word renal is always connected with the word kidney. So if you see such words, you do not have to think two times, understand that it is something related with these people. Okay, now here you will see pulmonary circulation means lung to heart, heart to lung. What is that? From lungs, oxygenated blood is going to the heart. From heart, deoxygenated blood is going to the lungs. This entire cycle is called as pulmonary circulation. That is, from lungs, okay, from lungs, oxygenated blood will go to the left auricle. Okay, from left auricle, it will go to the left ventricle. Right, now that after going to the left ventricle, it will go to the tissues. From the tissues, again deoxygenated blood will be collected and it will go into the lungs. So this lungs, heart, lungs is called as pulmonary circulation. You can see which are the ones. From lungs to heart, it's pulmonary vein. From heart to lungs, it's pulmonary artery. Now here, look here, tissues to heart, heart to tissues. This is called as systemic circulation. That is, from the tissues, all the deoxygenated blood will be sent to the heart. Yes or no? Okay, all of them will be sent to the heart. From heart, it will go into the tissues. Yes. Now tissue to heart, obviously vena cavas are going to carry the deoxygenated blood. Heart to tissue, it is going to be aorta, this one. Yes, clear or not? Clear or not? Yes, okay. Can you see here? This is systemic, okay? This is systemic. Should I move that side? Okay, done. Okay? Yes. 15.6 is done. Now, next question. Write the difference, okay? Write the difference between blood and lymph, open and closed system of circulation, systole and diastole, P wave and T wave. This is what is given to us, okay? Write the difference. See, I've already put the difference here because it will be too difficult to write for me. Now look here. Blood is a red colored fluid. We already did this, blood and lymph, okay? Red colored fluid. Lymph is a colorless fluid that lacks RBC, okay? Now it contains plasma, RBC, WBC, platelets. It also contain protein. That is your whatever proteins that you learned, okay? It also contains proteins. Clear? Yes, okay. It contains plasma and lesser number of WBCs and platelets. It lacks protein. This is what I told you. They have very, they lack protein, or they have very smaller, very negligible amount of proteins. Okay. This is the major difference between lymph, students. First you talk about the color. Okay. First you talk about the color. Next you talk about what is the components present inside this blood and lymph. Okay. What is the components present inside this blood and lymph? Clear? Okay. Next one. Open system and closed circulatory system. Open means what? That they do not have proper doors. Now imagine I am sitting in a room and this did not have proper doors. I would say it's an open room, right? Like how you have open book exam. That means you open the book and you search where is the answer. No, open book exam. Same way, open system of circulation. That is, the blood will go and it will open into blank spaces called sinuses, okay, or spaces called sinuses. So in this system, blood is pumped by the heart through large vessels into the body cavities called sinuses. Clear? Sinuses are small body cavities. So they do not have a proper system, students. Understand? From this portion, like the blood is coming from this portion to this portion. Okay, in between there is spaces. The blood will flow like this and it will open up here. This is the space. But at the same time, if it is a closed system, okay, if it is a closed system, it will be like this. Okay, I've taken the mouse only. See, it's a closed system where this wire, okay, imagine it's looped here. completely closed. There's no space for it to go anywhere. It will enter through this pipe, it will go like this, it will come like this, it will go like this, it will come like this. Clear? Okay, so that is a closed system. So here sinuses are present, here sinuses are not present, here capillaries are absent, here capillaries are present. So in this system, blood is pumped by the heart through large vessels into the blood cavities called as sinuses. In this system, blood is pumped by the heart through a closed network of vessels. That is, you can write capillaries. Okay, capillaries are present. Here capillaries are not present. Okay, the small network of tubes are not there. Now the body tissue are in direct contact with the blood. Okay, body tissues are in indirect contact with the blood. Body tissues are not indirect. Okay, not in direct contact with the blood. So students, here what is going to happen, obviously is very simple. Now let's say this is one organ. Okay, this is one organ. Let's say this is one organ. These are the different types of organs. Now what is going to happen, imagine if it's in a cockroach. Okay, the blood is going to flow, right? Open system, no, blood is going to bathe this organs. Blood is going to go over them, right? There is some substance, imagine I pour water into that, the entire system will be covered, no? Same way, the blood is in direct contact with the organs, but in our case it's not like that. Proper tubes are there. With the tubes they will reach there, they'll go back from there. It's not bathing over the organs. So here they're telling the body tissues are in direct contact, here they're not in direct contact. I hope it was clear, the point was clear. Next, systole and diastole. From the name itself you should understand, systole means contraction. Okay, systole means contraction, diastole means relaxation. So first point is, it is contraction of heart, it is relaxation of heart. Second, C, heart chambers to drive blood into the aorta and the pulmonary artery. Chambers between two contractions. During a diastole, the chambers are filled with blood. That is, when a joint diastole happens or both of them relaxes, the ventricles will be completely filled. Yes or no? Because all of them have relaxed. If relaxation is happening, then let's say I have like one bucket of water, I have passed it on to the next person. Okay, suddenly freeze happened. What will happen? That full bucket will be with that person. No? So that full filling will be there. So same way, from the auricle, the blood has come to the ventricle, then a diastole is there, then the ventricles is going to get filled up. So during a diastole, the chambers are filled up with blood. Okay, filled up with blood. Here what is going to happen? Chambers to drive blood into the aorta and pulmonary artery. So many ads, no? So many ads. Yes, okay. Okay, next one. What is P wave and T wave? Okay, now students, all of you have seen ECG in that movies and all, you would have seen, no? ECG. They'll be like, oh my god, this person is going to die in this much time. And they'll show an ECG graph like this going, like this, like this, like this, like this. They'll be showing in the serial. All of you would have seen this, no? That is your graph. Now, that one, if I have to draw an enlarged structure of it, okay, enlarged structure of it, then it will look like this. Okay, it went off, students, wait. I can't draw it here. Okay, this is how this one wave will look like. Okay, this is P, Q, R, S, T. Okay, these are the waves. Yes or no? These are the waves. Now they're asking what is P wave and what is T wave. What is the difference? Okay, in an electrocardiogram, the P wave indicates the activation of SA node. SA node is the node that will activate the heartbeat, right? Regulating of the heartbeat is done by your SA node. So here they are going to tell the activation of SA node, and during this phase the impulse of contraction is generated by the SA node, causing arterial depolarization. So the first ever thing that is going to happen here is going to be arterial depolarization. That is happening how? Because of the SA node. SA node will send signal to the AV node. AV node will send the signal to the bundle of His. Bundle of His will send it to the Purkinje fibers. This is how it is going to go. I hope all of you remember this. Okay, I hope all of you remember this. Now they're talking about the T wave. In an electrocardiogram ECG, the T wave represents ventricular relaxation. Ventricular relaxation. During this phase, the ventricles relax and return to their normal state. Okay, so the ventricle, what is going to happen during the T wave? Ventricular repolarization or ventricular relaxation is going to happen, where the ventricles will relax and return to their original state. So difference, lot of differences there. That is, their whole purpose of being there only is totally different. Yes or no? Totally different. Yes, very different they are. So one is going to be P wave, that is going to show a arterial depolarization. One is going to do ventricle relaxation. Okay, one is going to be because of the activation of the SA node. The other one is going to be because the ventricle is relaxed. P wave and T wave. Clear? Okay. Now describe the evolutionary change in pattern of heart among the vertebrates. That is, what has been changing. Now students, very simple. Understand, as I always tell you, evolution is a very important part, be it about the heart, be it about any organs, right? Now if I see heart also, let's take fish. Fish has a two-chambered heart. Yes or no? Fish has a two-chambered heart. Now from fish, if I go to, let's say, amphibians. Okay, amphibians, they have a three-chambered heart. Three-chambered heart. Even reptiles, most of the reptiles also have three-chambered heart, except for your crocodile. Okay, then now if I go to birds and humans or mammals, humans are going to have four-chambered heart. So don't you think this by itself is an evolution? Yes or no? Right, this by itself is an evolution. That is, all of the organism possesses heart, but it has to be shown how this heart is, evolving. That is, in fish they had a two-chambered heart and they used to show single circulation. Very important. Okay, they used to show single circulation, not even double single circulation. That is, if this is the heart of the fish, okay, this was the accessory organ, sinus arterios and conus arterios, sinus venosus and conus arterios. Now students, if the blood, okay, let's say I connect it this way, this is just to show you, okay, this is body. Okay, this is gills. This is how it is. Let's say from the body, deoxygenated blood is entering inside. Okay, deoxygenated blood is entering inside, passing through the accessory organs, moving all the way up to the gills. Now in the gills, oxygenation will happen. Okay, in the gills, oxygenation will happen. Now from the gills, the blood, the oxygenated blood is going to go to the body. Now the same thing. So this is a single circulation where the blood is only passing one time. Okay, blood is going one circle. So it's a single circulation. But when we saw in amphibians, what has happened? They have one auricle, right auricle, left auricle, and one ventricle. Here what is going to happen? Here mixing up of blood is happening. Yes or no? Here mixing up of blood is happening. Mixing up of blood is happening. That is, oxygenated blood as well as deoxygenated blood, both are coming and mixing up, because of which amphibians will be able to regulate, that is, their poikilotherms or cold-blooded animals. Got it? Oh my god, ads over ads. Clear, students? Why don't you mark your attendance? Quickly mark your attendance. Oh, the class went. Done? Okay. So here mixing up of blood is happening. Now if I go to birds or humans with four-chambered heart, they have proper auricle ventricle separation, and the blood is coming in and it is going to the body tissue, right? So evolution has happened. That is what they're talking about. So describe the evolutionary changes in the pattern of heart, where you can tell about two-chambered, three-chambered and four-chambered heart. Clear? Yes. Okay. Okay, now why do we call? Students, just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, resume back at 3:55. Okay, just give me 5 minutes, students. 5 minutes. I have very bad Hello students, I'm back. Yes. Ads over ads. Okay. So much ads. Yes, ready? Okay. So we understood what is evolutionary, right? Describe the evolutionary change in the pattern of the heart among the vertebrates. Done. That is, fish had a 2-chambered heart, then amphibians had 3-chambered heart, then birds had 4-chambered heart, and then like that moved on. Like birds and humans had 4-chambered heart. This is the thing. Crocodile is an exception. All of you remember, I hope. Now, students, the thing is, that question is done. Next question is, why do we call our heart as myogenic? Okay, why do we call our heart as myogenic? Myogenic itself means something that is made up of muscles, right? So here, understand, and muscles are controlling it. It's not some, like, usually what happens, some skeletal muscles control, or say the neural system controls, right? But here what is happening, heart by itself is pumping, right? Heart is like, I don't need anyone's help, I am happy. Okay, I will pump by myself because I have a regulatory team in that. Who are the regulatory team? It is SA node. Okay, SA node is the main team because this fellow is the pacemaker of the heart. Who is the pacemaker of the heart? Pacemaker of the heart means what? The person who regulates the contraction and relaxation in the heart, as well as the beats. Heartbeat is regulated by the SA node or the sinoatrial node. Now look here, sinoatrial node has an inherent power of generating a wave of contraction and controlling the heartbeat. Hence, it is known as the pacemaker of the heart. Understood? So how this functions, no students? Very simple. So SA node is there. Okay, these 4 people are very, very important. SA node will send the wave, okay, or the contraction to the AV node. This AV node will send the contraction to bundle of His. Bundle of His. From bundle of His, it will go to the Purkinje fibers. Where it will go? To the Purkinje fibers. This is how it wholly works, right? The wave is passed from the SA node. SA node is the main person who will regulate the heartbeat. So that is the reason why we call it myogenic, because they themselves is controlling it. Okay. Now, since the heartbeat is initiated by SA node and the impulse of contraction originates in the heart itself, the human heart is termed as myogenic. That is, no one else is controlling it, not the neuron, no one else is controlling it. All the controlling is done by the heart itself, and SA node plays the most important role, which is the sinoatrial node. Okay, is this clear? And students, I want to tell you all one thing. Monday onwards, on this channel, I will be doing NCERT line by line reading. That is where I will read the lines of NCERT and I will explain you the lines of NCERT. Okay. So we're going to start from the first chapter, biological classification. Botany sir will also be a part of this channel, but right now we'll start with zoology, but I'm taking a botany chapter, biological classification. So this way what happens is you will be able to understand, okay, and especially if you're a board student, this will help you the most, because most of you, like we will start with the 12th topic, most of you will be lazy to read NCERT, right? NCERT is like boring. So that time what is going to happen, you will not actually study. So to help you study this, we thought why not give you NCERT line by line reading, where we will read NCERT with you and explain every line of NCERT. Now what is the benefit of this? The benefit of this is that you will be able to learn NCERT. At the same time, you will also learn the concepts, and there is no other hustle of, oh my god, I have to read NCERT, I have to read NCERT. That also will be removed from it. So whoever is excited for your Monday's launch, okay, where we are going to start this series, I want all of you to be present. Okay, the class will be mostly in the afternoon time, because morning and evening slot I am fully packed. So only in the afternoon time I'm a little free. So during the afternoons I'll be doing it as an everyday session. I'll be taking every day a good amount of content, and then I'll be teaching you, like biological classification. Let's say I'll be starting with all the types of classification, okay, as one part, and then the next will be Monera, Protista, like that. I'll be doing different parts, helping you understand every line of NCERT. And trust me on that, if you're attending the session or watching it later in the replay, you'll be actually a lot benefited, because I have done this for my NEET students as well, and they love NCERT line by line, because every line of NCERT is done in the class, and they don't have the task of reading NCERT and decoding NCERT. Okay, so see you all in the class from Monday onwards. Do not fail to attend as well. Okay, do not fail to attend as well. So students, this is done. Why do we call heart as a myogenic heart? Because the heart is controlled by itself, right? The controlled by itself, and heart itself is initiating the contraction and the impulses with the help of SA node, AV node, bundle office and Purkinje fibers. Now, sinoatrial node or SA node, okay, same thing, is called the pacemaker of a heart. Why? Same reason, students. SA node is the one who is creating the impulse or the wave, right? Who is the one who is creating the impulse or the wave Now this impulse or wave is completely regulated and it will get passed on. Okay, regulated and it will be passed on. Wait, and it will be passed on from SA node to AV node, as I told you. Okay, AV node to bundle of his. Okay, bundle of his, from bundle of his to Purkinje fibers. Now students, this Purkinje fibers is very present near the ventricles. Okay, so they are going to generate that near the ventricles. Now let's say this is the heart. Okay, let me try to draw. There's no pink, no. Okay, let's draw a white color heart. Okay, so this is how your heart is. Okay, this is how your heart is. Say SA node will come here. Okay, oh no, SA node will come here. 1 second, students. I'm pressing on something. Yes, SA node is here. Okay. Oh no. Okay, AV node is here. Right. SA node is here. AV node is here. Then you come here. Somewhere here, bundle of his will be there. And from here, extension, you will see your Purkinje fibers. More towards the ventricles. Okay. This is a very like just to make you understand, but understand the positions will change. That's why this a little bit. Okay, but this is where the location falls. Okay, so SA node will regulate. Okay, SA node will regulate. Let's use another color. It will regulate the signals, impulses. It will go to the AV node, from AV node to bundle of his to Purkinje fibers. This is how the regulation happens. This is how the contraction and the relaxation will happen. So obviously SA node will be called as the pacemaker of the heart. Now all of you remember, you might have heard, okay, your grandparents or maybe some relatives telling, we have kept an artificial pacemaker. What does it mean? That means SA node is not working, and because of which we keep an artificial pacemaker who will regulate the heart. Now, on how long can this run? Imagine, students, something that is naturally I have. Now, if it is artificially kept, it's not necessary that it will run forever. No, how like the natural one is running. So for many people, especially nowadays, you notice that at the age of 40, 45 and all, people keep pacemaker. That is because of the lifestyle we live, the metabolism, the food habits that we have, the stress that we go through. Now everyone has come to a hustle culture, no? Now if you open internet and you search anything about some motivation, something, normally you're sitting peacefully also, you'll see a video pop up of maybe a 13 years old or a 15 years old or a 20 years old person who has achieved so much in life. Now immediately you get the stress. You feel like, oh my god, I might be compared. Like someday parents are going to compare. Now because of the stress, what happens? Your body starts pumping lot of blood because of the pressure increase, sometimes pressure decrease. Pumping blood, the heart will start getting a lot of pressure. Because of this, the walls of the heart also will get damaged. Okay, other way, second way, food habits. Now every day you're eating from outside, every day, or even at home also, every day you're eating extremely oily food. Now what happens, students? Fat accumulation will happen. How much your fat can be used up, that will be used up. But the rest, which is not being used up because we are not doing any metabolism, will be stored in our body, right? Storing, what will happen? This will get into the blood vessels. That is, if this is your, okay, this is your artery. Let's say this is your artery, okay, that is going through your, okay, this is the artery. What will happen after some time, because you're not doing any metabolism, you're not doing anything, the fat will get accumulated like this. Okay, fat will get accumulated like this. Now you tell me, where will the blood go? Okay, where will the blood go? It's like a tongue twister. Obviously they will try to go like this. So the pressure with which they're coming in, the pressure with which they're coming in, they will try to break open this. Okay, they'll try to break open this. Sometimes the clot burst happens. Now when the clot burst happen, neither they will do one thing, student, they'll go and accumulate like this and block the entire flow of blood. Or before, small flow of blood was there, now that also will get blocked. So you should always make sure that even if you are eating, you eat, no problem. I'm not telling you stop eating and all, because that's not possible nowadays. Eat, but do metabolism, do how much ever work that you can possibly do. Okay, I'm not telling stand in one place like that. That does not mean you have to sweat and do some work. Okay, so this is the reason for artificial pacemaker and everything. Now, what is the significance of atrioventricular node? Yes, function I told you, no? Function I told you about SA node, yes. Okay, I also told you that they will create the electrical conduction. Okay, now next question is, what is the significance of atrioventricular and atrioventricular bundle in functioning of the heart? I already mentioned this, so I'm not going to go into details again. Same thing as I told you. See, SA node, okay, 1 second students, yes, SA node is the one who is going to help, okay, who is going to help with heart's electrical conduction, yes or no? Electrical conduction. Okay, that impulse creation, wave creation is done by your SA node. SA node is going to pass that same thing to the AV node, that is your atrioventricular node. Do not look at the word and be like, ma'am did not teach. AV node full form is atrioventricular node. Okay, AV node or atrioventricular node, right? From AV node it will come to where? AV bundle. Okay, AV bundle, or we call the word bundle of His. Okay, bundle of His. Bundle of His. So these people are also equally helpful in regulation, right? Even if one place signal gets cut, how will they help in the entire conduction system? So you can write the answer for this is that the AV node and the AV bundle totally helps in the conduction. Okay, helps in the electrical conduction and the contraction of the ventricles as well. Please remember, bundle of His, I told you they're going to fall near that, you know, near the atrioventricular separation. No, the septum is that, near that they're going to fall. So they were going to also help for the contraction of the ventricles, because the bundle of His is going to send the signal to the Purkinje fibers. So as the signal comes down, the ventricles is going to close. Okay, got it? Yes, ventricles is going to close. So these people also are equally helpful for the conduction and the contraction of the heart. Now, next one. Define a cardiac cycle and the cardiac output. Okay, cardiac cycle and cardiac output. Now, look here, students. This is the diagram that I have put. Cardiac cycle. What is this cardiac cycle? See, totally, our heart takes around 0.8 seconds. Okay, one cycle is around 0.8 seconds. Remember this. One cardiac cycle is equal to 0.8 seconds. Okay, now how is this 0.8 seconds divided is what you're going to see. Now I have drawn a circle and I've done it. Just look here. You will see that AS is there, VS is there, JD is there. What is AS? AS is called as arterial systole. That is when the arteries contract. Okay, it takes up around 0.1 second. Okay, when the ventricles contract, it takes up around 0.3 seconds. And the most amount of time in this 0.8 seconds is taken up by your joint diastole. That is, all of them will be like relax. Okay, just relax. Okay, so that relaxation is going to be 0.4 seconds. Now look here, students. SAN, that is your sinoatrial node, will stimulate an action potential. That will lead to atrial contraction. Okay, this atrial contraction, see, when, imagine this is your heart. Okay, let's go back to this. All of you think this is your heart. Okay, this is your heart. Okay, now let's draw a very vague, okay, opening like this. Now students, if the atria contract, this two contracts, what is going to happen? They will contract, all the blood will start flowing into the ventricles. Obviously, just imagine I am carrying a bucket and passing it to the next person or something like that. Same way, no, if say top I had the bucket, I pour all the water to the next person, right? So what is going to happen? This, when atria contract, all the blood will go to the ventricles. This will lead to the ventricles getting full. Okay, ventricles filling up, around 30% of the filling of the ventricles will happen from your AS, that is your atrial systole. Okay, atrial systole. Now, this atrial systole, students, always remember, here we have two valves. Okay, here we have two valves. Yes or no? Here one valve, here one valve. What is this valve? Tricuspid valve. What is this valve? Bicuspid valve. Any doubts in this? Any doubts anyone has in this? Okay, yes. So first lub sound, okay, lub sound will come by the closure of, okay, closure of your tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid and bicuspid valve. First lub sound is because of the closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Okay, and dub sound, lub dub, that's how you hear, no? The dub sound is because of the closure of semilunar valves. Semilunar valves. Remember, the semilunar valves are present in your pulmonary artery and aorta. Okay, the ones who are carrying the blood, no? Carrying the blood. All of you go to this diagram. Where did I write, students? Here. See, look here. These two people, no? Who's taking the blood from the right here. I think here it is too difficult to find out. But yeah, look here, your pulmonary artery and aorta will definitely have valves, so that backflow of blood shouldn't happen. No, that valves are your semilunar valves. When the semilunar valves close, it will form the dub sound. Okay, dub lub, dub lub. Okay, now let's go back. What do they say? SAN stimulated. SAN's job is to do the contraction. So SAN stimulated an action potential. Agree to it. That caused an atrial contraction. Okay, ventricles got 30% full also. Now from there, ventricular systole is going to happen. That is, the ventricles are going to contract. First atria is contracted, next ventricles have to contract. For that, what is going to happen, students? The AVN and the bundle of His stimulated. Correct? From SA node, remember AVN, then bundle of His. Okay? Stimulated, that increased the ventricular pressure. That led to the closing of tricuspid and bicuspid valves. Okay? That would have made the lub sound. Okay? Now, after that, the semilunar valves of the pulmonary vein and the aorta opened. Okay, pulmonary vein and the aorta, semilunar valves open. That will go to the joint diastole. Okay, joint diastole, what is going to happen? 0.4 seconds. Students, if you do not know the concept, you will not understand this. First learn the concept, then try to revise this. Okay, this is the only little tricky part, otherwise everything is easy. Now, joint diastole means what, students? Everything is going to relax. Our atria, ventricles, everything is going to relax. Okay. Now here joint diastole relaxation will happen. This will lead to tricuspid and bicuspid valve to open and the semilunar valves to close. Okay, here the semilunar valves will close, leading to the dub sound. Now during the joint diastole, okay, during the joint diastole, that means when everything is relaxing, okay, joint diastole, the ventricles will be filled 70%. So why this is important for you to know? It's important for you to know because your ventricle filling, right? Ventricle filling is a question that will be asked. You should know that 30% is because of the atrial systole and 70% is because of the joint diastole. This is how your ventricles will get 100% full. Okay, ventricles will get 100% full. Got it, all of you? Yes? Okay. Okay, this is the cardiac cycle. Now, this is the whole thing. Okay. Now, they have asked a question about the cardiac output. Okay, cardiac output cycle. Okay. Let me just see how it is given. Okay, I think I can't add the NCERT here. That is one issue that I face. Yes, body fluids. Okay, you don't have any formula. You just have the direct numbers, right? Direct numbers. Okay. Okay, students, cardiac output. Okay, 1 second. So cardiac output, you don't have to know the formula, but I'll just tell you the formula, otherwise you will be confused like from where did ma'am come up with these numbers. So cardiac, if I write it there, I don't think you'll be able to see. So shall I write it here, students? Okay, cardiac output okay, cardiac output is simply, the formula is going to be stroke volume into the number of heartbeat. Okay, number of heartbeat. Stroke volume is how much? 70 ml. For that also there is a calculation which you do not have to know. Just remember 70 ml. Okay, 70 ml into how much is your heartbeat per minute? 72. So that will give you a value of 5040 ml. Okay, just check this if the value is correct. 5040 ml. This will be your total cardiac output. Is this clear? Okay, now students, they can give you they'll tell this person has low BP because of which his heart rate is 62 or 60, etc., etc. What will be the cardiac output? That time what you have to do, 70 will always be constant for the stroke volume until they have given the stroke volume. If they have not given the stroke volume, you can write 70 into 72. How much of a heartbeat they have given, just multiply with that, you will get the cardiac output. So 5 liters, okay, 5 liters of blood, okay, is pumped, right, pumped to your for your tissues. Is this clear? I hope no doubt. Okay, so 5 liters of blood, number of times, that is your heart rate and your stroke volume. No definition, nothing is there for you as such. Okay, just understand how much blood, 5 liters of blood is pumped. Okay, going to the next question, students. Explain heart sound. So I already told you about your heart sound, yes or no? Right, heart sound, lub dub. So you should remember like this: lub is closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Okay, and dub sound, dub, is because of the closure of your semilunar valves. Semilunar valves are present in the pulmonary vein and in the aorta. Okay, students, always remember sound only comes when something closes, right? So if the valves are closing, okay, lub dub, right, closure of tricuspid and bicuspid valve, correct? So lub and dub sound, if sound has to come, it is because of the closure of the valve. Okay, closure of the valve. So only closing will create a sound. So lub sound is because of the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve closing. All of you remember, between the atria and the ventricle, right and left, there is a valve. That valve both closes, one sound will come, that will be the lub sound. Okay, next, dub sound is coming when the semilunar valves close, and those valves are present here. Okay, this is your pulmonary vein, and your aorta. Okay, aorta also will be there. Aorta will be there like this. Okay, aorta is there like this. So both of them will have valves here. Okay, students, I can only draw this much with this pen. Okay, so please adjust. These are the valves. These are the semilunar valves. This is to prevent the backflow of blood, because one will be taking oxygenated blood and going. So they both will be taking oxygenated blood and going. So to make sure that the backflow doesn't happen, we have given these valves, right? Not we. Valves are there. So these are semilunar valves. Okay, semilunar valves. These valves will close. That will lead to the sound of dub. Clear? Okay, yes. Okay, so this will be at the beginning of the diastole. So this dub sound will be at the beginning of the diastole. Here lub sound is also there. Lub will be the first sound. Okay, first sound. Got it? Yes. So this you can remember at the beginning. Okay, it became begging. Okay, one second. Beginning of systole. Yes or no? This one, what did I tell you? Beginning of diastole. Now how do you know it? Look here, beginning of the systole, here the sound will come. Beginning of the diastole, the sound will come. Okay, so here you have lub and here you have dub. So beginning, dub diastole, think like this. Okay, dub diastole. Yes, done. Now draw a standard ECG and explain the different segments in it. Okay, now we have to draw a standard ECG, students. Otherwise, we are going to get scoldings from NCERT. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, ready? So we have finished all the parts of this topic. Yes or no? Yes. Now I will not be drawing the exact big ECG. I'll just draw the normal ECG to explain you, okay? So this is your P wave. This I'll take a little down and then take on the top like this, the most straight line that you can ever see. This, okay? Now T is actually very, oh no, T is actually very small, like this. It will continue. This is one wave, okay students? Now if I draw this wave multiple times like this, it will look like this, okay? Like this, it will look like this. Got it? Now with all the struggle, I have drawn it. Now let's try labeling it. P, Q, R, S, T. These are the letters that is there. Now what is each of them standing for? That is what the question is, okay? Each of them standing for. Yes, let's start. Okay, students, P wave, as we spoke, okay, P wave, this will be the arterial, okay, arterial, okay, arterial depolarization, okay, atrial depolarization. That is, the atrias will contract, right? That time the wave that will be formed, the impression that will be formed on the ECG will be a P wave. Got it? P wave. Now the QRS is the biggest complex. QRS is the biggest complex, okay? Now if you see the QRS, yes, this QRS is going to indicate one thing, T is going to indicate one thing. That's all is your whole thing, okay? Do you want me to write separately or I write it here only? So QRS will indicate the ventricular depolarization. Ventricular depolarization. Now T indicates, this is a little difficult for you to remember, maybe maybe like something that you will be confused, like what? Ventricular repolarization. Ventricular repolarization. Got it, all of you? Okay. Now the question can come, ma'am, then where is atrial repolarization? Students, atrial repolarization also happens, but it is too negligible, or it is not big enough. The wave is not big enough to get caught on an ECG. Okay, it's not big enough to get caught on an ECG. That is the reason it happens. Obviously, something's contraction happens, something's relaxation also happens, right? At one point they are at an action potential, then they have to come back to the original position. So obviously that is going to happen. Now what you have to know is, you have to know the P wave, QRS wave and the T wave. Now if you see here, S wave is the smallest wave, right? The one which is extending a little more downwards. If you see the entire complex, then QRS is the biggest complex, okay? Is the biggest or the largest wave. Okay, largest wave is QRS, okay? Now otherwise if you see, S is the smaller one, that is dipping towards the downwards, is the S wave. So you have atrial depolarization, which will cause the P wave. Then you have QRS, that is caused by the ventricular depolarization, and T wave, which is caused by the ventricular repolarization. Is this clear? Okay, in your NCERT again some more things are given. You do not have to know everything, like NCERT you have to know, but otherwise you do not have to know a lot of things about this. Okay, clear or not? Okay, so electrocardiography means what? Is the process of getting your electrocardiogram. Okay, so this is the graph which will indicate, not only that students, it does not just indicate the atrial repolarization. Sometimes even the doctor will be able to look at the graph and understand if the person is going through any medical condition or not. That is, the heart murmuring conditions are there, okay, where the heart will the beats will be differently arranged. So during that you will get to know. In many cases, the doctor will be able to know with an ECG. When a person is going with an acute pain also, the doctor will be asking or telling them, please go for an ECG to understand if the heartbeat is normal, atrial, that is cardiac cycle is happening properly or not, to just make sure that this person is healthy or not. Because even a change in one of the wave, the doctor will be able to understand where it is going wrong, what could be the condition. Okay, I'm not telling in 99% cases, but definitely 50 to 60% cases, ECG itself could be a prediction where they'll understand that, okay, this is the problem. Okay, otherwise later the different scans will happen, but otherwise you will be able to understand. Okay, now I hope you understood why there is no atrial depolarization. Main reason is because it's not caught enough, like it is not big enough to get caught on the ECG. Yes, That's the question, right? Explain the different segments. Yes, the segments also are done. Okay, these are the segments. Segments also are done. Clear? Here there are segments, students, but it's not there in your NCERT. Okay, if you all want to know, I can just tell it. You do not have to learn it. Okay, that is, this is the PR segment. Okay, here this method is your PR segment. PR segment. This is your ST segment. Okay, this is your ST segment. That is again little more in depth, but otherwise you do not have to know. Okay, this much. This is all about your thing, ECG. Clear? Yes. So we are done with body fluids and circulations. Okay, so this is what we did. Students, we did ECG, we did heart sound, we did cardiac cycle, we did cardiac output, how to calculate cardiac output. We learned about SA node, very important, how heart is regulated. Okay, we learned why heart is myogenic. We learned about different types of heart. At the same time, some differences we studied, like blood and lymph, open and closed, systole, diastole, P wave, T wave. We studied blood circulation, very, very important. Okay, and I have also told you some tricks to remember few things. At the same time, we studied double circulation. We studied difference between lymph and blood, and we also studied why blood is called a connective tissue, different this one, and plasma proteins, and what are the formed elements about your RBC, WBC, and platelets. So this is what we have done. So if you look at this whole thing, right, or whole question, why did I come reverse, is that this whole question will actually let you understand 50 to 60% of the chapter itself. But only if you know the foundation, this chapter is going to be easy. Otherwise, the chapter is still going to be like, what is ma'am trying to say? I'm not able to understand. That is because you don't know the chapter. So definitely learn the chapter, learn the concept, then come back and do the revision of these questions. Because once you learn the chapter, questions are going to be like this. Okay, because it's direct NCERT question. Nothing is twisted or turned, right? Some words here and there they will try to turn. Otherwise, every word is same to same. So I hope this video was really helpful. So I also hope that you are all excited for the Monday session, where we will be doing NCERT line by line reading, which is going to be new to this channel as well. So hope all of you joins and enjoy as well. The classes will be at the afternoon. My classes will be at the afternoon, where we'll be doing line by line of NCERT, and I'll be explaining each line of NCERT to make you understand every line of NCERT. So all you have to do is just let me know in the comments which are the chapters that you need. I will do those chapters as well. Definitely botany sir also will be involving in this channel for the NCERT line by line. Otherwise zoology will be taken by me. Okay, so I hope all of you will be excited for the line by line, because I am really excited. So see you all in the next class. Thank you so much for joining.